With me, this is Michael Boss, and here I am down in Broome County, and yes, I am still out in front of SUNY Broome. And you know, I've had a couple of conversations with some people. I know some people are looking at my sign and they're not quite sure what it means. They're not sure. They're asking me, well, Mike, does that mean that you're in favor of critical race theory? Are you supporting? No, I do not support critical race theory. I do not believe in critical race theory. It is the worst thing possible. And we should have more people being able to say that. We should have more people who are not afraid to say that critical race theory is horrible, that it hurts America. We should have more people being able to say that. But we don't. We have a lot of people who are afraid that BLM and Antifa and the internet overlords, that they're going to attack them, that they're going to punish them for being able to say something that we all know is true. That you should never, ever discriminate people based on the color of their skin. I don't care if they're white, they're black, they're purple. I could care less. We know these things. We learned this lesson already. We learned this in the 60s. We had the civil rights movement for a reason. Because we learned. We learned already. So I'm not afraid to speak up. You know, I had some people asking me, Mike, so you're standing out here and you're by yourself at the moment. Why do it? Because one person inspires more. Because one person lets 10 people see this. Lets 10 people decide, you know what? If I can stand out here by myself and say critical race theory doesn't work, it's not good for America, it creates racial division, it has harmed our students, it has harmed our nation. If I can say that, then maybe they can just like a video, maybe they can like a tweet, maybe they can go out there and say, you know what, the next time someone asks me, no, I do not support critical race theory, I do not support the applications of critical race theory, because math isn't racist. 2 + 2 does not equal racism. It never has, it never will. That's a fact. But they want you to think that. They want you to believe that. The people like the professors at SUNY Broome who are supporting critical race theory, who are supporting racial justice right now, they want you to think that 2 + 2 equals racism. They think the answer to everything in the world is racism. I'm sorry, that's just not true. That's just not even real. That's just a political, emotional abuse. That's a trick. Trying to use people's emotions to gain political power. We need to speak out against that. Let me ask you. So all the people were saying, oh, no, critical race theory, it's great. Okay, what is the success of critical race theory? How has it improved America? Show me one city. Show me one city. Show me one town. Show me anywhere where it has helped. Show me one high school where it has helped. Because there's no records of that. You know why? It doesn't help. It has never helped. It doesn't improve anything. It just separates people. It just divides America. And I'm happy to be the guy standing up and saying this. You know, it's interesting because I know a lot of people will say, well, Mike, does it mean that you support critical race theory? I've had a couple of people come up. They've actually walked up to me and said, Mike, so what are you doing? And does that sign mean what I think it means? And I'm like, no. What does it mean to you? I had a pastor who was talking to me about this, and he agreed with me that we're all made in God's eye. For those who are atheists, we all have the same rights under the law. And it's only when we start dividing, when we start picking, well, we're going to pick on these people and we're going to treat them different than we're going to treat other people. Well, we saw what happens with that. It's called Germany in the 1940s. Think about it. That's exactly what they did in the 1940s. Certain people were deemed better than other people. Certain people had more rights and privileges. Certain people were treated differently. That's not what we see in America. Not in the 1960s, in the 54 years that I've been alive. That's not America. But they want it to be. They want to turn it into that. They want to make it something that it's not been. They want to undo all of the lessons. And I have to ask you, why? Why do they want to do this all of a sudden? It's to keep you down. It's to deny you your rights and your freedom. It's to keep Americans divided. If we're busy fighting people because, well, you're born with lighter skin than me, or your skin is darker than me, or maybe you have boobs. Oh, well, we're busy fighting about that. Meanwhile, you know what? Joe Biden and Kamala Harris spent we have $31 trillion in debt. They're actively trying to get us into a war. In fact, we are in an economic war with Russia right now. No, it's not a shooting war. It's an economic war. They're crushing America with energy. The cost of energy up over 46% and going higher. The unofficial inflation rate right now in America, it's about 23, 24%. These are the issues we should be focused on. These are the things that we should be working together on. Instead, we're worried about whether or not someone's light-skinned or dark-skinned. Really? Really? Is that the big issue in America? Because it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. You know, I'm here, and I want you to know, they only win when we back down. As I said in the last video, as I was speaking about, there are members of the faculty of SUNY Broome, a state university. Your taxes are paying for all of this. Your taxes are paying for them to teach kids, to teach students that they should treat people differently because of the color of their skin. That's what they're doing today, right now, in Broome, in SUNY Broome, with your state taxes. And let me ask you something. Is that something you want your taxes spent on? Is that really going to help anyone? Is that part of an education? Right now, New York State, they're trying to figure out, hey, let's teach kids that math is racist. Let me ask you, is that going to help those kids learn how to do 2 + 2 or 2 × 2? Really? Is that going to improve the United States economy in any kind of way? Kids don't know that they have the right to free speech. They're being told what they should speak. They're being told what they should think. Let me ask you, how does that help anyone become a better human being? You should feel like this. You should only say that. That's what they're trying to let people know. You know what? That's wrong. So I'm not afraid to stand up here, and I'm not afraid to say this. And I've got lots of people who are watching me. People have been coming by, they've been having conversations. And I think it's a good thing. How you doing, sir?
Good.
And I think we need more people to have a conversation, say, hey, why? Why are we teaching these kids this? It's a little tricky to hold the sign and talk to you guys and make sure people are able to see this. But I'm trying my very best. And I know that the last video I was doing, in the middle of it, it flipped upside down. So people, I was upside down as I was talking. Kind of funny. Hey, I only got one hand to do all this with. But I don't know. I think this is worth it. You know, and there's going to be someone who's going to say, well, Mike, you're just a racist. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because I'm not trying to judge people by the color of their skin. And when people tell you, you're racist because you don't agree with critical race theory. You're racist because you don't want to teach children that math is racist. No, and the answer is, I just want people to be people. I don't want to be judged on the color of my skin. I agree with Martin Luther King with that idea. And I'm willing to stand up and say that. and say that no, Martin Luther King got it right. That we should be judged by the character that we have, by our actions. Is that too much to ask for? Because I can tell you, at SUNY Broome, it's definitely too much to ask for. In SUNY Broome, they wanted to silence me. They wanted, and think about it, they're not trying to silence me, they're trying to silence you. See, they know I'm going to stand out here by myself or with other people, and I'm going to let you know. I'm going to have my sign, I'm going to get online, I'm going to talk to you and tell you why critical race theory doesn't work. And it has never worked, and it's not supposed to work. It's not supposed to make people better. It's just supposed to make people separated. It's supposed to make you distracted. It's supposed to keep you in line. That's what critical race theory is for. That's what it actually does. And I would love to someone to show me any evidence of it doing anything other than that. Please show me the evidence where it's actually helped to make America better. Because I guarantee you, you're not going to find it, because it doesn't exist. So no. They want people to be silent. They want you to comply. They want you to be obedient. And that's why they're teaching these kids. That's what they're teaching right now, today, racial justice deliberation. Learn to obey. Agree without question. Do as we say. And if you don't, well, then they're going to call you a name. They're going to say, well, you're a racist, you're an ist, you're a phobe. Doesn't mean any of it's true. Doesn't mean any of it applies. But they're going to say that about you anyway. Why? Because they want you to be silent. They want you to obey. They're going to try and make you into an example. They tried to get the police to arrest me or silence me or stop me because they thought, oh, well, that'll scare Mike. Didn't work. Shouldn't work against you either. But I'm down at SUNY Broome. I'm not afraid. And I'm not going to stop speaking about this. I will fight this fight all the way. And I hope the faculty at SUNY Broome are paying attention. I hope the president of SUNY Broome and SUNY Binghamton are paying attention. I hope that the state colleges across New York are paying attention. No, we do not agree with critical race theory. I don't know how many people in the real world that I've spoken to over and over and over again, they don't agree with it. There are a couple of progressives, and then I've got 50 to 1 that have talked to me and told me, no, they do not agree. I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I'm looking forward to seeing your comments, folks. I'm going to be back in a little bit before I leave. Let you know how this is going. I think it's going good. And I am damn proud to stand up with my sign and to tell SUNY Broome, you're being racist. You're teaching racism. Stop doing that with our tax dollars. And I look forward to hearing what you think about that too. Thanks, folks.